Hello everyone, here with HBETF and playing against Whizzard. I don't have the best hand, but we're gonna try it. He might just open contract on R&D and wreck us, but our ice doesn't stop him anyway for a face check, so I'm gonna try running the Adonis in server 1. It's not a great line because if we res the Bastion, it costs too much, we can't even res the Adonis, but he might just open R&D and pound in there and not even check this remote. In which case we'll be off to the races because we have a hard ETR. So this is your pretty stock food code list, but we're trying the new Fairchild 3, which is a very good code gate, out of Yogg range. The price is right, $6 is pretty reasonable for what you get. It's better than a lot of the old, like, I'd say it's better than like a Heimdall 2 in most situations. Ooh. And it's got taxing, punishing subroutines. So we're up against Vigil. Ooh, that's not what you see too often. So let's just install take 2 for this turn. I've noticed that it got a lot faster since I made a new account. You'll notice I'm Kiv 8 now instead of Kiv 6. Kiv 7 was taken. I don't know if it was me or not, but I can't remember. In any event, what apparently was the problem was that I had too many decks stored in the system, and it just bogged down the entire interface, including the play when you're looking at your deck builder tab. I think this is loaded the whole time, no matter even if you're looking at it or not. So having a lot of decks somehow destroyed my entire experience. So if you're finding that the interface is slower than it used to be, this may be the miracle cure you're looking for, because it made my experience so much better. I was starting to get like actually upset with how slow it was. And now like just clicking for credits 3 times would be like click, 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 and it would respond very slowly. Now it's almost instant. So our goal for this game is to not let him draw any cards with this. I don't know what Vigil these days. Like it does a thing, but I'd almost rather have Obelisk most of the time. Okay, I think it's pretty good. So we're going to install take 2 until our Caprice shows up, and then we can start scoring some agendas. If he has Room Roll, he just gets an agenda, and that's kind of all there is to it. And then we archive our Caprice and try again. Not a super robust plan, but I find Corps are really struggling these days to do anything against the top runners, like Wiz. And I would say Andy's pretty good too, but it's probably still Wizard being the top runner. So he's possibly on Wild Cakes. Huh. Don't think I want to score, or do I? I could put Fairchild on remote, leave R&D a little soft, because this will at least annoy medium. Get the food up before he's ready. Yeah. We can probably jam food right now and have it go. Bit of a high variance play. But if we get the food out and he steals an R&D, it's no big deal. And it gets out of our hand, where I don't really want to res HQ unless he has like Baguette or Siphon or something. The Vigil is kind of making me wonder what's in his deck that would make me have more than, it would maybe have 5 cards in hand. Could try to tax him here, but I'd get pretty poor. I don't want to be lower than hedge fund money after I score this agenda. My deck has like 16 things I can trash, so this is about expected. Okay, David comes out negating our turn, but it's a turn behind. He can click this, and he can click this, but he can't click both of them. So if he wants to come in here, he'll probably be paying 3, spending 2 counters, and then spending the third to even counter the Turing. This is an okay outcome. If we have a Caprice, if we don't, he's going to get the agenda. So we'll let him have 1 card, but then we'll be able to play hedge, install next turn. And hopefully not give him too many cards. Yeah, we got to res now and start taxing him. For single access, not as big of a deal, but definitely now that the threat here is now we can put our attention here. Solid 3-letter attacks on him. He hasn't shown contract or anything. If he's playing wild side, that's going to be influence. Maybe he has a count siphon. He probably has Faust if he has David. Not entirely sure. Do we care about installing Turing? I think the answer is no, we don't care about that. Let's see if we catch him on this with the CVS. If we can get the purge when he has no more clicks and we bloat his mimic, pretty juicy. This is like one of the kind of fun plays you can do with the CVS. Whereas against most decks, there's not too much you can do. Ooh. Purge. So now we got him. What do I want to trash? I almost want to trash the sucker, because it means the parasite won't kill my Ichi for a while. That's kind of weird. I could trash the parasite. Seems okay too. But this is, I think it's going to work. There's another sucker in his hand at least. So that's CVS play. I think he wasn't expecting it at all. Definitely didn't plan for it. So Magnet can maybe even save our Ichi. Where can we put this? Where that he'll actually run it. I think he would run it on R&D sooner or later. At least maybe he'll think it's when it's time to kill this with sucker. Assuming he gets another sucker on the board. No, I don't know. We might just manually purge to save this. I didn't want to trash this chronotype with the wild side on the board. And I don't think the same old thing is that relevant either. Without seeing anything else to support it. Scarcity is pretty good for us. So I think I want to start the Eve. Do I? It's 1 David counter is the issue I have. It's tempting though. It's a lot of money for us if it lands. Usually it's a waste of money. So let's rock Scarcity. He doesn't have a current in his bin, so we can't same old it immediately. If he wants to play Wildside now for like 5 credits, it's not going to happen. This I'm finding, this is probably the best Corp current right now out of all possible Corp currents. ELP is decent, but the $2 is actually a little more than you want to pay a lot of the time. It's funny how $1 for a current makes a difference, but to me I definitely feel the difference. Ooh. So do I just play this into the main server? I think I do. Like there's kind of two options. You can put the Breaker Bay in your main scoring mode to get your Caprice discount. And you get the Adonises. We already run 2 Adonises, so we could run the even here, just overwrite it when we need to. That's probably the best plan, because you start making more remotes, you spread yourself thin, your money goes down. We have 19, but we also have, if you look at our money, we've got like 10, 18, 21. We have 25 bucks of ice that's not rezzed. So you're gonna play Yogg and wreck our face here. So this is dead anyway, right? Yeah. This beta test should go, and then we have 2 chances to draw Jackson and 1 chance to draw Archive to run the beta test. It might be okay, actually, to run the beta test anyway. Fairchild 3, guarding this remote. Nice. So we've got an Ichi left. We've got 2 Architects left. Our total ice count is 18. So there's 9, no, there's only 8 ice left in the deck. So this is not a good odds when it's not safe. I'm just going to score it and not fire it. Even though we're in pretty good shape, because I want to just end the game before he gets ready. He lost just so much tempo in the CVS play. I mean, had he run first click, he would have been able to click through it. Why is he laundering? I guess he can break both. 4 cards, though. I'll happily tax him there. In a lot of games, Wizard's able to go through your remote and, like, you know, click a Turing and then trash the Adonis. And when that happens, you're actually really far behind as the run or as the corp, because you need that first Adonis to get the rest of your ice online. So I think this list by Bluebird, it has a lot of hard ETRs in it and only 2 Turings. You've got Magnet, Enigma, Bastions, and Wall of Static, all with the hard ETRs, making them have that breaker early on. Yeah, so he's trashing Liberated because at $8 they're kind of unappealing, right? Yeah, $5 for Wild Side, just, it's painful, right? So not too flashy, this deck, but it does the job more or less. I wouldn't say it's like super strong. I think runners are still favored for the most part, but Caprice is good. It's like the only card left where you can actually score in the remote, because Ash is not good against the amount of money that runners have these days. As soon as Contract came out, I'm just like, I don't think I even want to play Ash very much. Especially against Wizard. You res for 2, they just pay the trace and use Wizard credits to trash, and you've like vamped yourself, right? I almost would take out this Ash and this Ash and just play like 2 Caprice and like 3 Archived or some interns, you know what I mean? Just rely on the Caprice more often, because you can stack them, but you have to pay a lot into them to really get them to do much. I don't know. The problem is that you have these games where you don't draw any of your upgrades and you have all these Archived that don't target Caprice yet. Tough to say, but yeah, I think this current is a great choice. Really like this current right now. His deck is full of things. He might have even had Daily Cast there. He had like Slums, which is kind of good. Like Slums against the CVS lets you then run Archives safely, which is nice. All that stuff, $2 extra. Pretty much unaffordable. Just puts you back turns, and when these are cards that give you benefit every turn, or you want them really set up, then putting those further back in the past is like a compounding effect on their economy. And of course it affects contract, which is like the main card in the room right now. Thanks for